Welcome back, everybody, to another lovely overseer. I don't know, I'm just testing out the waters here if the game is okay or not. But yeah, welcome back, and please feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share to friends and loved ones. Other than that, let's get back to the game. As I dismiss my last student, I wait for the next recruit to arrive. The candidates that I've interacted so far have been relatively intriguing. One's quite vicious but skilled in combat, another's dexterous and is reliably adept at releasing his mana. I wonder what kind of person I'll get this time. After 10 minutes or so, my upcoming student finally shows up in broad daylight with the other guards. Sorry, teacher, I was trying to make sure that I was dressed properly for training. Sure. Dressed properly? You know, there's no real dress code for training, right? Oh yeah, it's Aster. The equipment that I'll provide is the only kind of dress that may be required. Oh yes, right. Well, it looks like she's new to this, so I can't expect her to have everything sorted out right from the start. I'll overlook your tardiness for now, but be prepared next time for your session. Unless you have any extenuating circumstances, I expect each and every student to be punctual in here on time. She frantically nods her head in an agreement. Oh sure, I won't do it again, I promise. Great. That's good to hear. What's her name? Feeling giddy, she cutely smiles as she introduces herself. Oh, my name? It's Clarice. Clarice. Easy to remember, don't you think? It sounds like a cute name, actually. Perfect for someone that's as cute and bubbly as her. Dashing red hair with a bikini and skirt, everything about her seems cute. Yeah, I definitely won't forget it. My name is Aster, by the way, and I'll be your personal instructor for the rest of your time here at the camp. I've been personally assigned to you as part of my duty. Oh, is that right? Well, I won't let you down, Aster. I'll make sure of it. Let's hope you're right. In any case, now that introductions are out of the way, I'll give you the laydown for how the training will work. Okay, I'm all ears. So as required by our educational protocols, the purpose of your training is to rehabilitate and develop you as a prospective student of the academy. What this means... Oh, sorry, my throat. What this means is that you'll come to attain some control over the mana that flows within and around you, and you'll become a student well-versed in magic. Ooh, magic! Yes, magic, like so. I conjure a miniature fireball in my hand and in my hand as a demonstration. Her eyes glow with such an enchanted look that she appears to be literally spellbound by the flaming ball of fire. No way! What you're telling me is that I'll be able to do this? Well, of course. What did you expect when I said magic? Have you even seen magic before? She nods her head. Yeah, I've seen it all the time back in my hometown. I just never thought I'd be able to learn. You'll have that opportunity now. Be sure to take advantage of it. I intend to. Seems like I have quite an eager student in my hands. Rightfully so. How about we get started then? Sounds good. I retract the spell and proceed to get preparations started by bringing over some spare equipment. A flimsy piece of armor and a thin metal sword that I've set on the ground for her to pick up. She stares down at the sword with trepidation. Do I have to use that for my training? Yes, you must. It's a requirement whether you like it or not. Not only will I have you become proficient at using magic, but I also will have you proficient in combat as well. How else would you be able to pass the trials without these capabilities? As she looks at me, her face is riddled with disappointment. Are you sure? Well, if it's required, then... She slowly reaches towards the sword and armor and picks it up. Feels light. That's nice. Though I don't really know how to use this. That's fine, I'll guide you along the way, but first I want to test you. A test to determine what's causing your addiction. Test? Don't- oh, wait, did I read that correctly? How do we go back? Oh no, we can't go back. Don't worry, I'll only be teasing out what might cause you to be addicted. Okay. Let's begin then, get ready. Since she doesn't seem capable of fighting, I shouldn't fight her head on. Instead, I'll just try and see what makes her tick. I begin by firing out a small, gentle flurry of fireballs around her. You're going to have to move, you know, and do your best to take me down. Okay. Well, Aster here looks pretty skilled. Wasn't he mentioned to be like some skilled guard? I don't know, I can't remember. She gradually charges up to me with hesitation in her steps and raises the sword as high as she can for a vertical strike. I easily blocked it with my own sword. You're still going to have to try harder. She takes a step back and strikes me again. How about that? More force. I got to tease and stretch out her emotions more just to see how far they'll go. Really? Are you serious? That wasn't enough? Okay. She takes a deep breath and resumes her stance. With another long wind up, she raises the sword once more for an even more powerful strike. But despite her efforts, I'm still able to deflect her attack easily. Looks like you're going to have to try harder. Perhaps you're not ready after all. I sheathe my sword when suddenly the ground begins to gradually vibrate. Not ready? Not ready? Looks like this is my cue to stop her before things get out of hand. The transformation's already begun to emerge and so rapidly. So based from the lore that I'm getting here is that if they do transform into there's some kind of dark aura with them when they splurge or, you know, massive aura, you know, it just goes out of control. As the flow of mana I guess, strangely circulates around her, I immediately rush in, immobilize her, and magically bind her again. She lays on the ground unconscious from my knocking her out. Clarice seems a special one for sure. I'll have to train her more carefully than the rest and figure out. Alright, Aster, that's on you, man. Day 0, energy 100, fatigue 0, 40 gold. Interesting. So these are the interactables, correct? We're just, you know, introductions. Lunette. After what she did at the gate, threatening the guards in my life, she needs to be taught a lesson. I called to the guards to bring out the girl in question from her quarters and confront me at the grounds. Within minutes, she arrives through the gated fences and approaches me in a disgusted manner, with her hands magically bound up. Please, you again, what is it that you want? I've no time for games. If you're here to train me, then get on with it. The faster the better. I want to get out of here as quick as possible. She seems like the hot-headed main character. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you read or watch or whatever, any series, like, you need to train, you know, to control your power, blah blah blah. No, I need to get out of here. I need to do this, do that. I need to save people. I need to go back to my kingdom, reclaim the throne, blah 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 blah. All those cool tropes that we've consumed entertainment-wise. She sure has good instincts and has quickly understood her position as a student in custody. Alright? You sure don't beat around the bush. I take that as a good sign. Well, this should be easy for me then. We'll see about that. I dismiss the other guards and bring over some spare equipment. A flimsy piece of armor and a thin metal sword to boot. She skeptically looks at the gear and huffs and puffs in disappointment. You think you're going to actually train me with this junk? What kind of camp is this? I'm not just any old teenager, you know. Do you even know where I come from? Well, actually, come to think of it, no. I don't know. You don't have a profile on me or something? That's surprising. I thought you'd at least have every single detail of my background and capabilities. Although the mistress has her information on file, I'm the one to take things as they come. To meet my recruits where they are and to drill them without bias. I get a better sense of them that way. It makes for a more acute improviser. Sleepy, what the heck? improvisational training as well. My goodness, I'm sorry. Huh. Huh. So now that we're here, let's get this over with then. Since you're not one to waste time, am I right? I'm Master, by the way, the main lieutenant of the camp. What's your name? Which clan are you from? The wolf girl briefly looks away in silence, and then she answers me bluntly. Lunette, from the Renegades. Born a renegade, die a renegade, or so as the motto goes. Wait, she's from the Renegade clan? The most powerful and feared mafia clan of the Empire. They've been on the watch list for a decade now, and yet no one has had the means to stop them. I have to tread carefully, especially a renegade that's mana addicted. Lunette must be no pushover. It seems you're in shock. Now do you know who you're dealing with? Coming to my senses, I shrugged the fact off. It won't make me any less vigorous against you. I'll make sure to break you down and stamp the mana addiction out of you, no matter what the cost, okay? I like to see you try. Okay, how should I train her then? I don't want to train her with force. It seems like she lacks control, while the other girl lacks, force. No, she's too dangerous to control. I don't want to end up getting ripped. Wait, can we go back? I kind of want to go back. Can we go back? Dude, I can't fool around with her one bit for a renegade or less. Okay, we can't go back, everybody. Please put on your gear. And why should I listen to you? Didn't you hear what I said? I'm not putting on this piece of junk. Just do it and you can get this training over with. What do you say? No, I won't give in to your demands. Just train me without it. I don't know why this girl is being so difficult, but I suppose I'll have to make do with the situation. Okay, fine. So for your training today, I will be testing your abilities just to see how you fare overall. Since you're not willing to use the gear, I'll test you on how you use your mana. I quickly set up some various targets in the distance. You'll be using your powers to aim at these targets. It doesn't matter how you do it. Focus on controlling your mana and use your abilities in any way you can to finish the job. Really? This is how you're going to train me? How pathetic. Without another word, Lunette steps up to the plate. She widely sprays out magical bullets and manages to hit them as inaccurately as possible. Wow, she's pretty skilled in missing targets if I say so myself. There! Job done! Seems like all this is a waste of time. Yeah, that's not what I was expecting. Maybe I should have come up with a different method. In the end, I had trouble getting her to obey and didn't get much progress with her, so she needs force, I guess. If we do any other training in the future. The principal. Report to Neoma. After training some of my recruits on this given day, the witch calls me to her office for my weekly report. As usual, I knock on her door. Mistress Neoma, it's me, Aster. She calls out from the other side of the door. Ah, yes, please come in. I enter and find her office replete with antique furniture and a shelf full of books and reports. A large portrait of herself is situated just behind her at her desk. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. Need I remind you to shut the door behind you? Oh, my apologies, mistress. Slipped my mind, I suppose. In meetings like this, I know there's no such thing as being too careful. I approach her desk and take a seat before her where she presides menacingly over her desk. So, what can you report for the week? Some good news, I presume? Yes, there is. Okay, tell me then. As you know, I'm currently responsible for 3 special girls. They're about my age. First, the wolf. Her name is Lunette and has an athletic build. She's quite skilled in combat and has that natural instinct to survive. Great potential, if I say so myself. The wolf is say. If I recall, wasn't she the one that transformed would have slaughtered you all had it not been for my intervention? Yes, ma'am. That was her. She looks at me with a strange glint in her eye. She's an interesting specimen to say the least. I would keep my eye on her, Aster. Do you understand? Yes, understood. Okay, next. Second, the leopard. Name, Lucy. Quite unassuming from a first impression, but I must say she has a gentle spirit. Out of all the candidates, she is the least exposed to the influence of mana. Oh, I see. Well, it's however surprising since although she is capable of using mana, she's unable to transform unlike some of the other recruits. Oh, is that right? That's interesting. Out of all the three, she's the one who lacks being all monstrous and transformy like, right? Did you think this could be some mistake that she's... But Mistress Neoma abruptly interrupts me as she slams her fist down on the desk. Mistake? Oh, how quaint. You think that I'm the one making mistakes around here now? I make no mistakes. Lucy is mana addicted, that's for sure. Yes. Of course. Alright then. I briefly pause to readjust. Why you're stopping then? Keep going. Right, lastly we have a cat. Her name is Clarice, spunky and can be somewhat of a loudmouth. Modest skills but is able to learn on her own. Additionally, she has some control over her mana, but it's not substantial. Oh, and of course she has her own transformation as well. Okay, I see. Very good then. Now, do you have anything else to report besides your personal assessment of their skills and personality? No, that is all. If you would like, I can gather more information. No, that won't be necessary. You've done enough gathering. Simply continue your surveillance. Of course, I'll proceed as planned. Excellent. Now, she rises from her desk, comes around and approaches me at my seat. Oh, what's happening everybody? Some action. Even confronting her face to face like this can be unnerving. Based on your facial expressions earlier as you were speaking, I sensed something peculiar. So I'll just do a small, simple test with you. How does that sound? A test, ma'am? Yes, a test. Nothing more, nothing less. There's no need to be worried, Aster. Remember, you'll always be safe under my rule. What if I say no? Can we like... Wow, there's no save. That's very interesting. Yup, there's nothing here. I guess we'll comply with her. She is our boss. From personal experience, it's always a good idea to follow her command. After all, I wouldn't want to be punished for disobeying her. Not after what she's done to Gladius. Okay, I'll go through with it then. Splendid! Would you close your eyes for me? Close my eyes? Yes, a very simple and easy task for someone of her stature. That sounds like an insult, but okay. Okay. I begin to close my eyes. Good. Then she places both of her hands on the sides of my head. What's she doing, man? What is she doing? From up close, I can feel her breathing slowly, checking my pulse. Let's begin. Who is it that you wish to serve? You, my mistress. What have you been ordered to do? Well, to train the recruits we've gathered in order to make them qualified, promising candidates as students for the academy. Yes. And lastly, if you remember, why have you been hired as my lieutenant? In order to pay my debt to you, and I will be your lieutenant so long as you are in command. Exactly right. You may open your eyes now. Well, everything seems as it should be, and I sense no hint of betrayal in you. Whoa, of course. Why would I ever betray you, my mistress? What is happening here? There's something very sus happening. You'd be surprised. She's like Makima. Chainsaw Man, everybody, watch it. Cool anime. If you want to watch, you want to be more updated, read the manga. You'd be surprised. Loyalty comes with a price, but perhaps I need not be too worried about you for now. Regardless, let me go now until the next time we meet. Au revoir. Without another word, I silently leave, saving face. I'll have to resume with the commands she's given me for now. She's very sus. Morning. Okay. Every day you will have the chance to make choices on the map to determine what you will spend. Okay, so there'll be like most likely three students on what to do and interact with people, blah blah blah. Yep, communication with other characters are even more leisurely options. There we go. A work-related event will sap your energy and raise your fatigue. But in return, you'll normally gain gold, which can be spent on gifts or something for yourself. You do need to work, but don't forget to balance it out with more restful activities or spending time with others. No need to go working yourself to death after all. In order to successfully romance one of your potential partners, you must make the right choices to become closer to her, spend time with her, or do other activities. Character icon. You can also give her gifts once this opportunity is open through plot progression. Each of the girls is interested in a different character trait, so you're going to need to develop those in order to catch their eye. For example, working on reports and training your squad will increase your loyalty. However, just developing these traits does not help you if you don't spend time with the girl you have chosen and do not increase the interest or love she has for you. Important plot events will be additionally highlighted with golden sparks. Make sure to follow up on these quickly since they can vanish, losing your part of the plot or even an entire storyline. Don't forget about another important goal, getting all the characters to pass the test. This is highly desirable to achieve for each, even if you don't wish to follow up on a romance with them. So I have to train each of them still. Correct. Having individual lessons with each girl several times should be enough to help them solve the problems with their education and get them closer to passing. Good luck! Train the squad. If I do not train and correct the behavior of the soldiers in the camp, they will completely get out of hand. Buy alcohol, wine, I'm coming for you. Mana control. Theory system is not skipping class. Learn magic. Ooh! My students spend most of the day slacking off. I want to help them, but there's nothing I can do if they won't apply themselves. I can only hope that some of what we went over sticks with them. Minus 20 energy plus 15 fatigue. 5 courage, 10 gold. Okay, so that's it. That's an event, correct? Afternoon. Squad training, day sleep. I guess we could do mana control. My students were very hardworking and dedicated today. I make sure to let them know how much I appreciated their hard work when I dismiss them. Hopefully it will help to keep their motivation going. 15 energy, 5 chance time go. Okay. What about nighttime? What is happening here? Evening. Erotic magazine, sleep. I think... yeah, let's sleep. I'm feeling pretty worn out. So what's happening here? I'm like, we're doing nothing right now. Whoa, what the... Interesting. Did not expect that. That's why I skipped reading some of the parts. I was wrong, everybody. Wow! I jolt awake at the feeling of something hitting my legs and opened my eyes to the sight of Clarice, sprawled on the ground to one side of me. Aster, what are you doing laying on the ground? She sits up quickly frowning at me. I was just getting a little rest. This seemed like a good, quiet place to do so. Well, you shouldn't do that in places where people could trip over you. I raise a brow at her as I glance around us. I'm not in the way of any path or anything. You're the one walking in strange places. Clarice opens her mouth to argue back but hesitates, knowing that I'm right. Well, fine. She gets up quickly and continues on her way, not even looking at me. 10 energy, minus 30 fatigue. Okay, did that... Okay, that did decrease, right? Yeah. How do we increase energy? Do we drink booze? I guess we could do squad training. No. How do we save actually? It's just quick game. No. Interesting. Uh-huh. So, squad training. I trained the squad in specific anti-magic methods today. It was a bit harder for everyone to get a grasp on, but most did surprisingly well. Sorry. It is perfectly the most useful skill for them to learn. Okay, higher loyalty. Afternoon. Oh, so this is when we can save. I guess I'm gonna end it right here, everybody. We get to see some of the mechanics of the game. Alright, but other than that, thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next episode of Lovely Overseer. Please subscribe, like, comment down below, share it to friends and loved ones. Watch my other videos. Stay safe. And hopefully everybody gets, you get proper rest. Bye!